Hi, I'm Brunson of Modern Photography Group. Modern Photography Group is a Tampa Bay area based event photography company that houses the brands of Brunson Photography, Firefly Event Photography, and Modern Tassel Photography. Today's video is about 3 marketing tips without paying any additional money. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. But first, if you can swing on over to Facebook and like our page there, Modern Photography Group. Also, if you're on Instagram, follow us at Brunson Photography. That's PIERCEBRUNSON Photography. And follow Firefly Event Photography, and Modern Tassel. Modern Tassel is our graduation product. Firefly is our high school event photography product, and Brunson Photography is our headshot and social event brand. Okay, all right. So 3 marketing tips. Okay, and you see these and you've done these, but you probably haven't fully done them for yourselves or do them for your peers. Okay, so the first thing you need to do as a photographer is, in another video, is practice. So when you practice, you have these images, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to post the images. Everybody knows that. But maybe you get 1 like, 5 likes, or whatever. But if you throw up a picture of your dog, you get 120 likes, okay? We get that. There's some sort of connection with the dog, and with your photography, people are kind of like, it doesn't really move me. I get it. Been there, happens to me all the time. However, here's what we do to get more direct marketing to people who would be interested in buying our product either now or sometime in the future. The first thing we do is, and what you can do, is get people to share. So I get my wife to share, my mom shares, sometimes my brother will share some pictures. But, I tell my mom and my dad and my wife to constantly share a post that we do. So just get people in your family to just share your post. I mean, it goes out to their friends and so on and so forth. They don't have to write anything. They can just click a share now. What does it matter? That's really what you want. And if you can get in a group of photographers, then as yours pops up, you guys have an agreement that when theirs pops up, you share it. When yours pops up, they share it. So first thing is to get shares. And what that does is, instead of buying Facebook algorithm-based ads that people are going to ignore, what that does is it starts to give your photography a word of mouth feel. Okay? So, I guess they're saying it, so, I like it. Now, if it happens consistently enough, then people know that you're a photographer or whatever. But get with other people to share. If they have a business, say, hey, twice a week, let's share each other's stuff. We don't have to fill our timeline with somebody else's product or anything like that, but just share each other's stuff. Get with other people like that. So that's the first thing, is share within your groups so that you touch other people in their groups. The next thing is to, as a photographer, and I talk about this in practice, practice with people who will share and be happy that you took their picture. So don't force people, but be with somebody who they have maybe 600-700 friends on their page, and they like to post photos. Do a quick little headshot session with them, or maybe just practice like a lighting session at sunset or whatever, and then get them to share that. Now, of course, on that image, what you want to do is, have your watermark, have your information on it, and then just get them to not crop that out. They can use a tool called no crop to do that, or you can create the whole thing for them to share, okay, and then tag them in it. When you do that practice, and you practice with people who are going to share, that's going to give you touches also, okay? So again, that doesn't really cost you anything, because you should be practicing as it is as a photographer. And then the final way to get marketing touches without any money is people that you've had clients before. If you've had clients before that haven't written a review, create an email that you send out to them so that they can write a review, and something you can add in there, say, hey, on this date here, maybe drop one of their pictures in there and say, hey, we did this photo session for you as a reminder. Could you help us out by writing a review? And then put the links in the emails. Now you can create a mock email in Word or a draft or whatever, and then just add little tidbits to it. Or you can just throw out a general one that just has like all your information in it. But put the links in the email itself. Okay, so that all they have to do is just touch the email and go there and write it. And that's all you want to do. Even if you look at Google reviews, sometimes people were like, it was nice, I had a great time, and they throw up 4 or 5 stars. That's the third thing. So real quickly, reviewing, just get people to share. Family members, friends, have an agreement with photo groups that you participate in, or a couple of people in those groups. The next thing is to practice with people who will share your images, or an image of them, so that people can see your work through them. That's another way. And then finally, email a review request, so that with the email or with the links to your place where they can write a review already in it. Okay, so those are 3 things right there that are marketing tips. And if you do those things, you're going to start to have more touches out there in Facebook land and social media land without paying any extra. It's just going to cost you a little bit of time, but without putting any cash out of your pocket. And that's the best way to go on some of these, because sometimes sponsored ads, they get a little bogged up on people's line on their Facebook page, and it can be just like watching TV commercials where people get up and just ignore them and just scroll on through. They may pause, but then they'll just scroll on through, and you don't want that. They're going to stay longer on a picture that they know a person is basically giving them a word of mouth, or a Facebook of mouth, if you will, online. So those are 3 tips. Please follow us here, Modern Photography Group, on YouTube, and over on Facebook. We're over there too. Again, Pierce Brunson Photography, Firefly Event Photography, and Modern Tassel Photography on Instagram to see our work. I'm not going to put any work at the end of this video, because these are just marketing tips. But if you want to reply about how it works for you, now you're not going to get hundreds of thousands, but you're going to get more direct contact. So let me know, and then if you want to share any marketing tips with me, that'd be cool too. Thanks.